Hi all, thank you for watching. So another short class for you to do at home this week. So I'm started in a seated position, cross-legged. I'm sitting on a block. So if you know, unless you know you're comfortable to sit flat on the mat or on the ground, sitting on a block or two or a cushion. So if we've got the bum raised up a little bit, it can give us, it's not only more comfortable, but it gives the opportunity for the pelvis to tip forwards for when we do movements like our forward fold. In this cross-legged position, so there's a few different types in yoga. I generally go with the Sukhasana, which is easy seated pose. So when we're in this position, we're looking for the front shin to be parallel with the top edge of your mat. If I shuffle back a little bit, I've got the edge of the mat in front of me. I want to bring my shin forward so it's parallel with that, and then I want to bring this back knee, the back leg knee, roughly above this front ankle. So I'm lifting my leg up, I'm moving it over a bit. So I'm going to place the hands on the thighs or on the knees. I'm going to extend up. I'm just going to allow the chin to drop towards the chest. So I'm not forcing the chin down. There's a soft gaze in front. And then bringing your attention to your breathing. You can close the eyes if you'd like. So we're just going to take a few moments to bring our attention to our breathing into our bodies. So you can be aware of the feeling of the air coming in and out of the nostrils. Noticing the rise and fall of the chest. And as you're breathing out, you're imagining the body's relaxing a little bit more. So as I'm doing that, I'm noticing my thighs, my knees moving down. So by focusing my attention on my breathing and on my body, I'm taking away some of that other noise that can distract us throughout our day. And we'll take some deeper breaths. Breathing in and out, breathing in and out, breathing in and out. I'm opening my eyes. I'll extend up again in case I've slouched down a bit. I'm going to lead with the chest forwards, take the hands down, allow the head to hang and shuffle, walk the hands away. Maybe if you're comfortable, you can allow the arms to bend at the elbows, so allowing that upper body to relax forwards. It might be that you're feeling enough challenge with the arms straight, with the head hanging. And after a few breaths, maybe you can shuffle the fingertips away. So we're just pausing there, allowing the upper body, the head to sink into this forward fold. And then walking the hands back up to press yourself up. Changing the cross of the legs, so we're taking the other shin and popping it in front. And again, just resetting so this front shin is parallel with that top edge of the mat, and I've got my knee roughly above the ankle. Extending up, leading with the chest forwards, hands down, allow the head to hang and sliding the hands away, relaxing into the forward fold. You can always come out of this position sooner than I suggest if you need to. So steady breath. Maybe bending at the elbows, allowing the head to sink towards the ground and draw you into the forward fold a little bit more. And walking the hands back up, pressing yourself back up. From here, we'll take a breath in and out. We'll breathe in and out. And then we'll inhale the arms up. Breathing out, the arms come to the left, the head turns to the right. Inhaling to center. Breathing out, arms to the right, head to the left. Inhaling up. Breathing out, arms to the left, head to the right. Inhaling to center and breathing out down. Inhaling up. Breathing out down. Inhaling up. Breathing out down. Inhaling up, breathing out down. I'm going to do that once more. Inhaling up, breathing out, down. And then we'll come back to centre. Right hand on the ground next to you as you raise the left arm up. So you're reaching up and then reaching over the top towards the right side. With this right hand, it's pressing down and as if you're trying to push away. So I'll do that now and you'll see I'll come into a bit more of a stretch up the left side of the body and also making sure that the sitting bones are down evenly. Back to centre, left hand down, raise the right arm. So you're reaching up and over. Back to centre, right hand down, raising the left, reaching up and over. And back to centre, left hand down, raising the right, reaching up and over. And then back to centre. Raising the arms up, crossing the left arm under the right, fingertips up, fingers to palms if you can, or you'll come to your best position, reaching up towards the ceiling. And then the arms come down and in front, right arm under left, fingertips up, and if you can, fingers to palms, reaching up, so stretching into the shoulders, and then coming back down again. We'll take both legs out in front, we'll bend up the right leg, and take the right foot onto the outside of the left leg. And as I'm doing this, I'm sitting up tall, right fingertips behind to the side, raising up my left arm, so reaching up, back of that left arm outside of the right leg, gently twisting, turning the body to face to the right. And back to centre, so we'll switch legs, extending right leg, bending up left leg, left foot outside of the right, left fingertips behind to the side, raising up the right arm, so reaching up, back of the right arm outside of the left leg, and twisting. As you're breathing out, maybe the trunk of the body relaxes into the twist a little bit more. And then back to centre. From here to all fours, so we'll come to hands and knees. Wrists below shoulders, knees below hips. Into cat-cow, so we're tipping pelvis back, arching the back, dropping the head, tipping pelvis forward, dropping the belly, taking the gaze forward, and tipping pelvis back, arching the back, dropping the head, tipping the pelvis forward, taking the gaze forward. So we're continuing that movement, imagining a nice gentle ripple effect going up the spine as you gently transition from one position to the other. So we're not trying to force a massive arch in the back. And then pausing next time you're in all fours. I'm just going to turn to face towards you for this next one. So we're staying on all fours and we're going to allow the bum, the left side of that hip to come over to the left to make us a bit more stable in that position, and then we'll do right and then left and right. So I've got my hands, wrists below the shoulders at the moment, stepping them wider, but bringing the knees towards each other. So maybe they're together or a slight gap. So we're going to allow the bum, the hips to come to the right side. And then back. So just coming over to a point as much as until you get to you feel that stretch. So it's down the side of the glutes into the buttocks. Just gently going from one side to the other. So I have some challenges in my piriformis muscle pinching onto my sciatic nerve, so this is quite a nice movement for me to just stretch that muscle a little bit. So into the glutes, into the piriformis. And then coming back to centre. I'm going to come back to my mat, so back to all fours. From this position, what we're going to do on each side in a moment, so I'm quickly going to demonstrate. I'm lifting up, in this case, my left leg. I'm pointing the toes, and I'm imagining that I'm pointing the toes towards my head. So it might not look like it, but that's the action. So lifting up, pointing the toes, pointing them towards the direction of the head. So we're stretching the hip flexors on each side. So from our all fours, we'll lift up the left leg, point the toes, and then imagining that you're curling that left leg round, pointing the toes towards the head, holding there. And then we'll bring the left leg down, lifting up the right leg, pointing the toes, working the toes towards the direction of the head. And then back down. Lifting up the left leg, pointing the toes towards the direction of the head. And then back down, lifting up right leg, pointing toes, and then back down. We'll do that once more on each side. So lifting up the left leg, pointing the toes, curving that left leg round, and then back down, lifting up the right leg, pointing the toes, and then back down. From here, we'll go through a few rounds of hovering the knees up off the mat and back down, then we'll step the hands forwards, bring the shoulders forwards. So you can either do this with the toes extended long or curled under. So we're trying to lift the knees up as short a distance off the mat as you can. You can always drop the knees down sooner than I suggest if you need to. So we'll hover up, holding there, making sure you're not holding your breath. And then back down. Stepping the hands forwards roughly a hand's length. Bring the shoulders forwards above the wrist to make sure we work into the abdominal muscles, and then lift. And again, steady breath as you hold. And then down. We'll step forwards again, or keeping the hands in that same position and doing that same position again. Shoulders forwards above the wrists, lifting up. And then down. And we'll reverse those steps. So we're stepping back, shoulders above the wrists, lifting up. And then down, wrist below shoulders, and lifting up. And then back down. From here, we'll take the knees wide, toes towards each other, bum to heels. Slide in the hands away, so arms straight, shoulder width apart in parallel. Inhale, coming up. Shoulders forwards above the wrists, breathing out, back down. Inhaling up, breathing out, down. So as you come forwards and the hips, depending on the flexibility in your hips, the hips move towards the mat. As we're bringing the hips forwards, we're doing it in a way that we're controlling that movement forward, so you're not just letting yourself hang out in that lower abdomen hip area. So you're in control of the movement of the hips forwards. We inhale, coming up, exhale, coming down. And then pausing next time we're upright or we're on all fours. From here, we're straightening the left leg long. I'll just trot one this way so you can see. So I'm straightening the left leg long. I'm going to lift up the left leg. So the left leg is straight, and I'm going to draw this half circle behind, drop the toes to the right. Lift up, so a circular action to the left. Lifting up over to the right. Lifting up over to the left, lifting up over to the right, and then once more back to the left, and then bring the left knee down. So we're extending the right leg, so right toes on the ground, lifting up and circling over to the left, so toes down on the left side, lifting up, and then over again. Just gently from one side to the other, so you're pressing into the heel of the leg that's straight, and then we'll bring that right leg back to all fours. From here we'll come into plank. I'm bringing left knee towards left elbow, holding there, unless you need to take it back sooner. And then back, right knee to right elbow and holding. So steady breath, we're not holding the breath. And then back, left knee, left elbow, holding there. And back, right knee, right elbow, holding. And then back. Feet hip width, pressing the bum back to downward dog, allow the head to hang, fingers spread. Moving forwards to plank again. And back to downward dog. And then knees down wide, toes towards each other, bum to heels. And we'll pause in our child's pose. So when we're in child's pose, forearms are relaxed down, so we're not keeping them up. Head is either on the mat, step the hands, head on the back of the hands, or if you struggle to come down this low, forearms down, allow the head to hang. So a comfortable rest position for you. And I'm pressing myself back up. So there you go, that's our short yoga practice for this week. So hopefully you can fit that into your day, maybe a couple of times in the week, and maybe I'll see you in the class. So thanks for watching. Namaste.